folks. You know, it's kind of, how do I put this? It's kind of amazing. I'm sorry for whatever sound that was. It's kind of amazing um, when one thinks about it. Here we are. We are now 4 days into 2015. 4 days into 2015. We have 365 days, so literally we've got 361 days into 2016. And for anybody that works like I do, it goes by quick. Sometimes slow, but mostly quick. And when I hear from people like the Schleg Daddy, and I hear them talk about certain things, like where's WWE going to be in 2015? Where are they heading? What are the plans? And then when I hear them talk about, why certain situations could be stupid when it comes to upcoming pay-per-view events, a lot of people have their opinions. And sometimes I try to make sense of those opinions as a fan myself. I can understand why he feels Daniel Bryan winning the Rumble this year would be stupid, seeing as though Daniel had his moment. But you see, when one thinks about it, and I think a lot of people, whether they agree with Jeff, they agree with me, or anybody else, they have to look at it from this standpoint. WWE, once again, has put themselves in a hole. And I'm not just talking any hole they can't dig themselves out of like they did last year. It's a hole that literally could be good to fall in either way. It could be a good hole to fall in either way. And when one thinks about it, this is a situation for WWE that they need to rectify. You see, the WWE, they want to go with the Roman Reigns objective when it comes to option objective when it comes to winning the Rumble. And that's good. That's good. But on the other hand, they're now going to realize, and then they're going to start thinking, the fans are going to want Daniel Bryan because now he's back. And he's pretty much what they want as champion. And when one thinks about that, it's a two-way street. It's a win-win situation either way for them. Because they can still find a way to get Roman over. But they can also still find a way to get Daniel over. Or keep Daniel's momentum going. You see, to them, they got to pace it and plan it out perfectly. See, with Daniel Bryan, the authority basically does not, storyline-wise, does not want him as champion, does not want him winning the Rumble. They're going to go in that direction. So how do you do this? Well, the way you rectify it is you got to get somebody to come into the Rumble, eliminate him, and then you can go from there. Heck, you can bring in someone like, say, Adrian Neville, whether you want to Mighty Mouse him or not. You can bring him in, and you can have him specifically go for Daniel Bryan. Thus, you could turn him heel right off the bat by having him specifically go for Daniel, eliminate Daniel, then eliminate himself and continue beating on Daniel, and then maybe have him say something that, oh, by the way, hope you enjoy something that indicates he's with the authority or something. Kind of give some clue or have him say something that, kind of initiates that he's associated with the authority in a sense. Maybe even throw Seth Rollins at him if you want to. But the point is, either way you do it, Adrian or Seth or whoever, you got to put Daniel in at least in the early portion of the Rumble, so it makes it look like as he gets closer to the end, he's going to do what very few have done in Rumble history, and that's go from literally the beginning or near the beginning to the end. So you got to do something like that so that when Roman comes in, because they're going to have him come in midway through, like last year, maybe a little after Daniel or before Daniel or whatever. You got to have him come in at a time to where, fans are going to like seeing him because they know he might win. But then again, you could work it to where it's like, okay, you have no choice now. Who else are you going to get? And then of course you're thinking, well, there's Dolph. I mean, there's a lot of options. There's no doubt about it. But WWE's got to weigh the two most likely options, and that's Daniel Bryan and that's Roman Reigns. And how they're going to do, and how they're going to try to get to that, still keep that Roman Reigns equation going, while not trying to lose any momentum for Daniel. Now, on the other hand, though, there are some backstage, like a Triple H, some people backstage that are gonna probably go like, you know what? The last time we tried to push somebody that many, yeah, they would support, but not many would want to get behind because, oh, this is the guy they want and all that, but yet we want to do this. He got booed and we had to turn him heel. That was not our plan. Our plan was to keep him a babyface, and launch him into one last run. So, to me, that's what I look at with Roman Reigns. They don't want to go down that path again. Now, they don't want to do that. Here's what I would do, though. Here's what I would do if they want to keep the Roman Reigns equation going. Is I would have Roman and Daniel do basically a repeat of Shawn Michaels, Davey Boy Smith. Have them be the first two and have them be the last two. So that way, not only does it show that Daniel is indeed the person people want and that this guy is indeed worthy of being champion again, but it'll also show the people that, hey, here's this Roman Reigns dude that you feel is not ready yet, is not there yet. Here's this guy all the way at the end again for the second year in a row, and this time he's in there with somebody he can go with, someone he can actually help carry him in a match, give him a good match. And then in the end, you could do what you didn't do in '95. Instead of having the wrestler like Shawn Michaels somehow surviving and then coming back in and eliminating Davey Boy Smith, you could have a situation where it looks like Daniel's going to win, and then all of a sudden something happens that causes Roman to win, and then in a sense, and then to make some sense, you can have Daniel come in there, and you can have him shake Roman's hand, shake his hand, raise his arm, and just give the spotlight to him. That's kind of endorsing him in the fact that, hey, in the fans' eyes, if Daniel Bryan's endorsing Roman Reigns, maybe he is the guy we got to follow. Maybe it is his time. See, there's a lot of options, and again, like I said, that option, along with another one I mentioned earlier, with someone, either Seth Rollins, Adrian Neville, whoever coming in and basically targeting Daniel, eliminating him, and then eliminating themselves, so that they keep beating on Daniel and basically acknowledge that, hey, this is a welcome back deal from the Authority. It's the best option to go. It's the best option to go. It's the best direction, in my opinion, to go if you're the WWE. Now, I know what Jeff's saying. Like, Jeff Shigo, I know he's saying that it wouldn't make sense for Daniel to win the Royal Rumble. It wouldn't make any sense. And I understand that, Jeff. I really do. I really honestly understand that. But what you have to understand, Jeff, what you have to understand is we're in a whole new generation of wrestling fans. And the wrestling fans are more about that pure pro wrestling style. Take a look at Wrestle Kingdom. I didn't watch it, but I'm potentially going to order it. Potentially. I'm saying I will. I might download the torrent for all we know. But still, here you have Wrestle Kingdom, that's pure pro wrestling. Ring of Honor, pure pro wrestling. It's all about that pure pro wrestling style that is basically taking the wrestling fan base by storm and has been injected into them. And that is why when they see someone like Daniel Bryan or Dolph Ziggler or whoever, and they feel, hey, this guy's a better option to be the Royal Rumble winner and be the champion than anybody else, it's because of the love for pure pro wrestling. It's because they've been affected by that. And that's not a bad thing sometimes, but yes, it's a little overzealous by the fans that want that, even in a company they know is more about sports entertainment wrestling than it is pro wrestling. And again, like I said, that's fine. That's okay. They just need to wake up and realize that things are indeed different and things have changed. That, this is WWE, not Ring of Honor, not New Japan. That things have changed in a sense that with the WWE, you got to get what they give you, whether you like it or not. Because maybe in a long run, they'll either decide, hey, it got over and the fans like it, there we go. Or it didn't go over, we won't go in that direction. I know that didn't make sense there, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You see, there's a lot of fans that have been injected with that pure pro wrestling uh, shot that they want that from the WWE. And again, like I said, when they see people like a Daniel Bryan, a Dolph Ziggler, a Seth Rollins, a Kevin Owens, they want that wrestling, they want that style. They want that person. And again, like I said, the best option you can go with to try to keep momentum going and going in the direction you want to go in is to do one of the two things I said. The latter, to me, probably seems the more reasonable, more realistic direction to go in for Reigns and Daniel. That's what I look at. So, but that's just my opinion on it. It's just my opinion. I feel that WWE this year needs to make sure they don't make the same mistakes they did last year. At least try to work around in a sense that says, okay, Daniel's not winning, Roman is, but how do we do this to where Roman gets that support we want him to get, and Daniel still keeps the momentum so that later on when we do put the belt back on him, people will be okay with what happened at the Rumble. Like I said, you can either have somebody come in, target Daniel, beat him down, eliminate him, and eliminate themselves, and then say, hey, this is on behalf of the authority. You could have, it come down to Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, and some kind of situation to where it's, in the end, Roman wins somehow, and Daniel comes in, shakes his hand, basically raises his arm and endorses him and say, hey, this is the guy you need to follow. This is the guy, it's his time. I got to go take care of I'm going to have some other business to take care of. To me, it's probably the best option to do. It really is. I mean, I could be wrong, but to me, one of those two options is best. And again, the reason I say that is because right now we're in a generation where the fans rather have pure pro wrestling than sports entertainment wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that. There's fans that want sports entertainment wrestling more than pure pro wrestling. Again, nothing wrong with that. But it's just a scenario that WWE's got to work themselves out of, so that way they don't have a repeat of last year. So, but that's just my thoughts on the whole WWE situation when it comes to Daniel Bryan and Reigns and who should win the Royal Rumble and what direction they should go with it. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'll talk to you all later.